crew, what it do? It's your girl Jack, and I'm back with another mother video. Okay, y'all, so this video is long overdue. Y'all been asking me, y'all been writing me on Snapchat and on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Snapchat and Instagram, make sure you click the link down below. I will drop those names down there in the description below. I've been getting a lot of DMs asking me to do a girls talk. Well, a relationship advice girls talk. So that's what I'm giving y'all today. And y'all sent me like a list of topics and questions that I'm gonna just try to tackle and make it real short and simple. So without further ado, let's get to the video. Okay, so the first question is, of course, the most common thing: what's most important in a relationship? So first thing first is, I know a lot of people like to say communication is key. Communication is key. Communication is not always key. You can have plenty of communication and the relationship can still flop. Trust me, I know. So my personal opinion is the key to a successful relationship is love within yourself before you try to love someone else. Like, that's my motto. I personally just feel like you cannot love anybody else properly if you don't love yourself. And I've experienced that multiple times before. I've tried to give someone love that I didn't even have in myself, so it was very hard. So yes, communication is important. Yes, trust is important. Yes, all the other stuff people like to say, but if you do not have love within yourself, you could never love someone else. Or even if you do, it's always going to be unbalanced, and that is not healthy at all. Next thing y'all wanted to know: what are important factors in a relationship? And then I really kind of didn't know I didn't know what y'all mean, but I felt like that kind of fell in the same category as the first question. So I'm gonna take it as maybe like things to keep the relationship strong, which was actually one of the questions. So I'm just gonna kind of try to combine them all in one. So what I think is that space is very important. Space is very, very, very important. If you are always with your boyfriend and girlfriend all the time, yes, it's always fine and you love it when y'all are first together and you're in a happy stage, but eventually it may not feel like it's starting to get bad and wear into a relationship, but it will. It will, y'all. You have to give each other space. You have to give each other room to breathe. You know, like, and that's where the trust part comes in. That's where the loyalty comes in, because you need to be able to trust your spouse to be able to go out and hang out with their friends, or go out and go to the club if that's what they desire to do, go play basketball, go to the movies with their friends, whatever they desire to do. You have to have that trust and loyalty on both ends to be able to tackle that, because if you don't give each other space, your house is going to be a madness. Your relationship is going to be a madness. I've also experienced that before. All these things I'm telling y'all, I've experienced. So that's why I feel that I am okay to give this type of advice. I wouldn't give y'all advice on things that I've never been through myself personally. Next question: how do you deal or settle an argument in your relationship? That's what the question was. I'm going to give two answers. I'm going to give one how I deal with it in my relationship, and I'm going to give tips on how you can deal with it in your relationship, because everybody's relationship is different. So everybody can't handle situations the same. So for me personally, I have a tendency of arguing back, because most of the time I'm the one that probably starts the argument. One thing about me, y'all, I'm going to always keep it real. I'm going to always keep it straightforward with y'all. I'm not gonna say I love to argue. It's not that I love to argue, but I'm the type of person, I need to win this argument. But I must say, over the past years, I've grown and I've learned that the older you get, winning the argument is not as important as the relationship, because you trying to win the argument can make the situation much worse. So what I tend to do now is be alone, be to myself. If if it's a heated argument going on, or it's something going on that's negative, I just try to tend to distance myself. So like I said, that's why I say it's not, that doesn't work in our relationship. You know, like me and my boyfriend, we give each other space. Like we have 2 bedrooms, so he'll go in one room, I'll go in the other room. We just separate for a couple hours or whatever, because even if it takes overnight, I mean, that's better than egging it on and making it worse. What I would suggest, just like common things you can do, space is common, but you have to know your spouse. If you know this space is not going to work for your spouse, don't do space. You can talk it out. If you're the type of couple that can talk things out, then that's great. I always suggest talking it out first. But for instance, in my relationship, talking it out for us does not work well. Because we tend to talk over each other, yell over each other. One got to prove the other wrong. And it's just like, you know, so we figured out space works best for us. And when I say space, I don't mean like, oh, leave the house and do your own thing. No, I mean like you go in one room and I go in the other room type of thing. Some other things you can do is, let me see, so we got space, we got communicate. If you were probably a little older couple, maybe, you know, if you looking into being married, I don't know, I don't want to judge nobody, but counseling, if y'all feel like y'all really want to be together and y'all really love each other and y'all like it is that deep, of course everybody knows that. Look at me putting on my degree hat. Look at me, I'm just playing. But yeah, definitely counseling, like for the older community, counseling will definitely help. If you're younger, you don't really need to do all that. Me personally, I say, but if you're older, like I said, and trying to really pursue something deep, and that's your last resort, you can try everything, of course, try counseling, talk to someone. It doesn't even have to be a specialist. Talk to someone that you both can confide in, someone that you both feel like won't choose a side, that you both trust to tell your business to. Who should wear the pants in a relationship? When I saw this question, I loved it. Because there's no wear the pants. Everybody play a role. It's a team. And when you have a team, you cannot, this is how I look at your relationship. Look at your relationship as a business, as an empire. Okay, because you and this other person is coming together as one to create wonderful things, to create a family, to create business, to create just an empire. Look at it in that way. So to run an empire, you have to have a team. So in that case, everybody has to play their role. You play your role, your spouse play their role. It's no who wear the pants. That's not how it goes. I mean, I understand that's kind of how it's advertised. Oh, men wear the pants, or women wear the pants nowadays. That's how it's advertised. But in the real world, it's everybody play their role. A man should be a man, and a woman should be a woman, and you come together and create that strong empire. If he play his role and you play a role, and she play her role and you play her role, nobody, when I say nobody can touch that bond. Nobody can touch that. And that's just the way it needs to be. Because other than that, it's kind of like y'all are competing. And when you're in a relationship, it's not a competition. It's not a competition. It's a team. And when you're on teams, you don't fight against each other. You don't clash. You don't try to be better than the other. You work together to get the W. That's period. That's plain and simple. As simple as I can make it. So, no, the man does not wear the pants. No, the woman does not wear the pants. You both wear. He wear his pants, and you wear your skirt or your shorts or whatever you wear, and y'all put it together to create that empire. If somebody asks a very important question, how do you know when you're ready to move in with your boyfriend or girlfriend or your spouse, whoever? How do you know when you're ready to take that leap of faith and take that big jump and move in with that person? Now, I say this was the last because it's a very good question. Simply because, again, it's something I've experienced, something I've learned, something I've been through. I honestly can't answer that. I don't know when you're ready, simply because me and my boyfriend kind of accidentally moved in together by default. And then I know somebody asked, like, how do you trip moving together? Like, what was the conversation? Like, what was the whole thing? Like, it really was no conversation. I was in college. I had my own apartment. He was working. He has his own apartment, but it was kind of like he was always at my house or I was always at his house. We were never alone. Like, we were never at home by ourselves, like, overnight. You know, like, I would go to school, he would go to work, or he would be out with his friends, whatever. At the end of the night, we always ended up at either apartment, his or mine. Until eventually, because I was in school and I was kind of like, his schedule was more kind of flexible because he had a set schedule he was working. My school schedule was kind of crammed. I was getting ready to graduate, so I couldn't really always spend the night with him. So we kind of just accommodated. He was just always spending that at my house, always at my house. And eventually, like, it kind of just happened. Like, I just woke up one day and we were basically living together, even though he still had his own apartment, I had mine. And then both of our leases were up on our apartments like around the same time, maybe a couple weeks apart. So we just decided, like, and it's like we didn't even say, so we're gonna move it together. It's kind of like we already knew it. We was just like, so when we gonna start apartment shopping? So I mean, that's just kind of how our situation worked out. Everybody's different. If you want to live with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, y'all want to live together, but you're scared to take that leap of faith, just have a conversation first, or maybe test the waters. Like, if you're not living with your parents or something and you have your own space, test the waters. Try a couple nights together, maybe a week. If y'all, or better yet, now I can tell you how you know you don't want to move in with that person. If that person does not have any, first of all, if that person don't got no funds, no job, no income, Second of all, if you know that you and that person are always constantly back and forth and tit for tat, and y'all not living together, maybe now is not the time for y'all to actually move in together. You know, if that person is not very responsible and you know that, or mature enough, maybe that's not that time for y'all. Because when you move in together, it has to be two adults in the household. It can't be an adult and a child, because eventually the adult is going to get overwhelmed and it is not going to be good. It's going to take a toll on your relationship. You have to know. Trust me, you'll know when it's okay. That's all I can say, because you'll know when it's not right. And then sometimes you may just be so in love or so in lust and just really feeling this person and you just want to be with them every day. My advice is be with them every day. Be with them every day. Go on a date every day. Go see them every day. Even spend a night every day if you have to. But it is completely different from spending a night with somebody a couple times a week than moving in one household, sharing everything together. It's completely different. You may think we might as well move in together because we spend a night together 3-4 times out of the week anyway. Yeah, that may be so. But when it comes a time where y'all are both responsible for bills, money is the root of all evil. So if you don't have that responsible person to take on those responsibilities with you, don't do it. And ladies, men, ladies, gentlemen, you know if your spouse is responsible enough to handle mature, grown situations such as moving in together. You know that. I don't care how much you love them. I don't care how much you like them. I don't care how much you want to sleep with them and all every night. You know the truth deep down in your heart. So follow your gut feeling. Please, y'all. Y'all, please. Because the last thing you want to do is put your pretty little signature on a lease with another person and it don't work out.